Capture the objectives. Securing A.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Trigger Wolf here, and it just seems like the old school games were a ton better than what we have now, in my opinion anyway. I mean, a lot of people have their own opinions about their games and whatever, but, you know, I came from Medal of Honor, I keep wanting to say Modern Warfare, but I came from Medal of Honor Allied Assault over to Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, and so on and so forth. And over these times, I kind of learned how this engine works, how, what's wrong with it, how to fix it, and all those things. But I've never really gone into how to fix the gameplay itself. Now, my fixes that I am going to suggest and to make up in this hypothetical situation will be just crazy ideas to most people because it just doesn't seem right. A lot of people seem to focus on, you know, kill to death ratios, and to me, in this game, in this type of game, it's all nonsense. I don't really care about kill death ratio or anything of that matter. I mean, if I do well, fine. If I do worse, whatever, I don't care. That being said, in my hypothetical game, I would definitely entirely remove kill death ratio of any kind. Now, that being said, instead of the kill death ratio we have now, it would be a points system. That is, if you kill somebody, you would get your 100 points. But if you kill them a certain way, you would get more points. Maybe if you kill them with a knife, you would get an additional 100 points to your 100 points that you've already gotten for the kill. Maybe a headshot would be 150 points in addition to your 100 points. And maybe a grenade would just be an additional 50 points to your 100 points. But you know, maybe a grenade wouldn't give you any extra points. Maybe it'll just be your just kill points or whatever. But if you kill somebody with a C4 or things of that nature, you would get the additional 50 points. Maybe it would actually be more points. I don't know. It's all hypothetical anyway. But that would remove people from camping. And the incentive here is that you would actually get less points for camping. You would actually get a minus points for camping for too long. That being said, it wouldn't just be the one, you know, if you're not sitting in one camping spot and camping, that wouldn't be the thing. That is, if you're staying inside some large radius, if you're staying inside this one small radius and you're killing people, that would be considered camping, and you would lose 50 points for camping. Unless you were sniping, of course. If you were sniping, you would get slightly more points. It would be like 125 points for sniping, 150 points or whatever per kill for sniping. But you would kind of lose a bunch of things, such as the knife points and all those things. I don't know. It's all hypothetical, and it would not exist in any game at all whatsoever. The other thing I would use to fix this is I would get rid of most, that is probably 90% of the kill streaks in this game, and change it to be a little bit more defensive or slightly less lethal, I suppose. Like the UAV, the counter UAV would both stay. The Blackbird would definitely stay. As a certain points, I suppose. As soon as you get a certain set of points, you would get your point streak, as it is being turned into in Modern Warfare 3. But you know, things such as you know, the Predator missile, the payload, the Harriers, and things of that nature would all be removed. Most of the air support would be removed. The things that would again stay behind would be the UAVs, and I don't know what else really. But there wouldn't be any chopper gun or anything like that, anything to rack up high amounts of kills. But I believe I would leave the sentry gun in there, but there would only be 2 sentry guns allowed per team in, you know, at CVM, and you wouldn't be able to use sentry guns at all during free-for-all game types, because I would believe that to be a little bit unfair. Everybody would be using this kill streak. But you know, if I had my way anyway, some perks would also be given to you through kill streaks, such as, you know, kind of like a care package, except in the care package you would get, like in Modern Warfare 3, you would get like a tactical vest or whatever for holding more ammo or more grenades or whatever. In addition to that, I believe I would remove the grenade launchers. I don't know if I've said this already, but I would remove the grenade launchers. I would remove most explosive objects unless they were vehicle lock on. Like, I probably would not remove the RPG unless it was being overly abused, which it would be overly abused. So I think the best way to fix that would be to make the RPG incredibly inaccurate as it would be in real life. Like if it was being shot towards a person, it would kind of veer off and hit something else, and it would do that from a relatively short range, like, I don't know, probably the length of one of these airplanes, like you see in the map here. That being said, there would be vehicle lock-on only, so you would be able to take out sentry guns, the UAVs, not the Blackbird though, because you wouldn't be able to reach it. But you would be able to remove a lot of these things to, you know, survive a little bit better, or to be counter intel for the opposite team. And I believe that to be like a lot of the fixes that would actually do to this game. And I know I'm kind of reusing a bunch of different systems from different games, such as Medal of Honor, Assassin's Creed, and so on. But I believe that to be the best way to fix a lot of the BS stuff in this game. This is really just my opinion. I mean, a lot of people would crucify me if I told them that I would. They would actually crucify me, like literally. They would come to my house, take me, and crucify me just because I suggested removing kill streaks. I don't know. In my head, I keep thinking that kill streaks are unnecessary, and I know a lot of you people will leave a comment saying something like, "Well, play bare bones." Well, here's the thing about bare bones. Nobody plays bare bones at all. Nobody. It's like 300 people. And if I connect to any of those people, I tried this once, it would take like an hour to connect to any of them. In addition to that, most likely I would probably get removed by, you know, hyping, kick, or whatever. So bare bones would be completely out of the question because nobody plays them. So what else is left? Go back and play Call of Duty 4 old school mode. Again, nobody plays old school. Literally, nobody plays old school mode. At least none that I know of anyway. Hardcore, I don't know if I would actually remove hardcore, but I would change it up a little bit so that it would be more realistic, real life stuff. You wouldn't have a mini-map, you wouldn't have your HUD. Although you might have a bullet count, because one would think that you would be able to keep that in mind in your head or whatever. Maybe because you can count it in your head, I would probably remove that too. So it would be a blank screen, probably no crosshairs at all. Unless you use the sight, of course. Unless, of course, you want to draw a sight on your monitor. Either way, I would remove all elements of the HUD altogether. That means kill streaks would be incredibly hard to position. It would actually be somewhat useless because you wouldn't have UAV or counter UAV. It would just be kind of useless. So I would kind of come up with its own different kill streak setup for that, or you would be entirely useless. So I believe anyway that these are really a lot of ways to kind of fix this game, and for me anyway, make it a little bit more fun. Now again, like I said before, you would probably suggest a million different other games that would actually do some of this stuff, but I don't know whether I would go out and buy them because they wouldn't be as popular as this game. But I think that those games, or rather those systems, would actually fix this game enough to be enjoyable for just about everybody, because again, kill streaks would still exist in some form, but they would be more defensive and less spammy, more person versus person and less person versus the US Army fleet of aircrafts and choppers. Anyway, this is the end of the video here, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.